Welcome to my YouTube channel Mechanical Engineering Management, and this is the Basic Mechanical Engineering video lecture series. Today we are going to see one example based on the Carnot cycle, and this is the base problem for the beginners. So let's see first of all the description of the given problem. Here you can see determine the efficiency of air standard Carnot cycle. And here you can see this is the PV diagram, means pressure versus volume diagram of the Carnot cycle. So my dear friend, you have to remember that in the Carnot cycle there are four basic processes, two adiabatic process and two isothermal process. So first of all I am going to write the given data into the symbolic notation. So let's see, determine the efficiency of air standard Carnot cycle. Means you have to find the efficiency of Carnot cycle. So that is the objective. Next, here it is written air standard cycle. So obviously you can understand gamma is equal to 1.4. Gamma is the adiabatic index for the air. Next, minimum temperature of the cycle is 27 degrees Celsius. So in this diagram you can see this Carnot cycle having two temperature limit. One is the lower temperature limit and second one is the higher temperature limit. So here it is given to you minimum temperature, that means this temperature TL, low temperature. So indirectly you can see it is a common temperature at the state 1 and at the state 2. So I can write over here TL is equal to T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. That is exactly equal to the T2 also. So you can write over here T1 is equal to T2 also is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. So simply by adding 273, so you can convert it into the Kelvin. My dear friend, you should keep in mind here R is given to you in kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So you must convert this temperature into the Kelvin. Next, minimum pressure in the cycle is 1 bar. In this diagram you can see the minimum pressure is at 0.1. So you can say it is P1. Pressure after isothermal compression. So here you can see this is actually the isothermal compression. And pressure after isothermal compression, that means at the state 2. So this is P2. Next, pressure after isentropic compression. This is actually the isentropic compression process. And here it is given to you pressure after isentropic compression. That means at the state 3. So you can say P3 is equal to 12 bar. Take R is equal to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Determine also power produced. That means P is equal to question mark. If engine makes 3 cycles per second. So this is about the one cycle. But here it is given to you per second there are 3 cycles. So you can write N is equal to 3 cycles per second. Now let's see first of all the objective, that is the efficiency of Carnot cycle. How you can find this efficiency of the Carnot cycle? So very simple. You just write down the formula of the efficiency of Carnot cycle. You know that is 1 minus TL upon TH. So here TL means low temperature. That is exactly equal to the state 1 and that is given to you. So the question is about the TH. That means high temperature, that is at the state 3 or you can say at the state 4, means T3 or T4, but it is not given to you. So first you have to find this TH. And again you know that this 2,3 is actually the adiabatic process and the equation T by P raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to constant. In fact, there are 3 different equations for the adiabatic process. You can use any one out of these 3 equations. But here I am going to use this third equation for the process 223 because of I know that P2 and P3 that is given to you. So obviously you can apply this third equation for the process 2-3. So from this equation you can find T3. So once you got this T3, then put it over here so that you can find the efficiency of the Carnot cycle. So this is very simple plan for the first objective. Now let's see the second objective, power. So again you know that power is equal to W into N because of W is actually the work done and that is always in joule or kilojoule. Now if you multiply it by cycle per second, then you will get the unit joule per second, and that is actually watt. So from that you can understand the equation of the power. Now again, my dear friend, why I have multiplied W into the N? Because of, you know that work done, that is actually per cycle, and here it is given to you per 1 second there are 3 cycles. So you have to multiply this with the 3 cycles so that you will get the total power per second, and that's why it is watt. Now see, if you want to find the power, then you should have W and N. And here N is given to you, but you don't have the W. So first I am going to find this W. That is actually net work done. And you know that from this cycle, the net work done is actually Q1 minus Q2. Because of the difference of these two values is actually converted into the work done. Now again, you know that Q1, that is the heat supplied during the constant temperature process. And you know that for the constant temperature, the heat addition is equal to P1 V1 ln V2 upon V1. So I can put it over here, the formula for the Q1. And again, you know that P1 V1 is equal to mRT. And that is at the temperature TH. That's why it is mRTH. And V2 upon V1, that is actually the ratio of the volume. This is actually the expansion ratio. But in Carnot cycle, you know that expansion ratio and compression ratio is always equal. So you can say simply it is ln R, where R is the volume ratio. Now for the Q2, again this is isothermal process. So again you know that heat supplied is equal to P1 V1 ln V2 upon V1. Again I have put the value of P1 V1 is equal to mRT. But here this is 1-2 process, so it will be TL. Again this is a compression ratio that is exactly equal to the expansion ratio. That's why it is again R. Now again the question is about the mass. Because of mass is not given to you over here. But simply you can assume for the Carnot cycle, mass is equal to 1 kg if it is not given to you. So now I can take R and ln R as common. So in bracket it is TH minus TL. Here I have put the value of R as P1 upon P2 because of already we have discussed this is actually V2 by V1 in the formula. But you can understand this is actually the constant temperature process, and that's why you can understand PV is equal to constant, and so that you can say P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, and from that you can find V2 upon V1 is equal to P1 upon P2. So you can find the W from this equation, and then you can find the power also. So now I am going to apply first of all this equation. From that I can find T3. Now put the value over here. So T2 is equal to, you know that T1, and that is 300 Kelvin. T3 is the objective. P2 is equal to 4.5 bar. P3 is equal to 12 bar. Gamma, you know that 1.4. So simplify this equation so that you will get T3. That is 397 Kelvin. So once you got this T3, then you can find the efficiency of the Carnot cycle as we have discussed. So now I can put the value over here. So 1 minus TL means low temperature, that is exactly equal to the T1. TH is the high temperature, that can be T3 or T4, and here we have T3. So simplify it so that you will get 0.2443. Now convert it into the percentage by simply multiplied with the 100 so that you will get the efficiency of the Carnot cycle. So make a box. This is your first answer. Determine the efficiency. Now the question is about the power. So already we have discussed. I am going to use this equation W. So put the value. So R is given to you as 0.287 ln. P1 is given to you as 1 bar. P2 is 4.5 bar. TH already we got 397. TL is the low temperature, that is T1. Simplify it so that you will get minus 41.9 kilojoule. Keep in mind this is W means work done. So it can be in the joule or kilojoule. But why I have written here kilojoule? because of you know that R, that is in kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So it must be in kilojoule. Now again focus over here, minus sign. So negative sign means that is actually the compression work, means work done that is on the system. So this is only indicate that the work done is on the system. So once you got this W, then simply you can use this equation for the power. So put it over here. W is equal to 41.9, N is equal to 3. So you will get 125.7 kilowatt, because of you know that power is always in watt or kilowatt. But again you know that the work done is in kilojoule, so it must be in kilowatt. My dear friend, keep in mind, here negative sign only indicates about the work done on the system, but the magnitude is 41.9. That's why I have put over here 41.9, because of we want to find the magnitude of the power. So this is your second answer. So make a box. Thanks my dear friends for watching this video. Kindly like, share and subscribe.